Hey. So just want to check and make sure that we are live. How are you all doing? I am Erica Hood Benson, your income stream strategist and sales funnel consultant. Income stream strategist and sales funnel consultant. I work with impact driven womenpreneurs who are looking to increase their impact and increase their income and make a bigger difference in the world. All right. So, welcome to our training for the month. If you missed the first part of our training, which was part one of prospecting your way to profits, that was part one. If you missed part one, make sure that you just text circle info to 555-888. Text circle info to 555-888, and I will send you out the information so you can have instructions on how to get access to the first part of the training that we did earlier this month. But just to kind of quickly recap, right? So to quickly recap, what we went over was really helping you to identify where are your prospects going, right? When you bring them into your business fold, bring them into your business system and your funnel, what stage or what phase in your business acumen process or acquisition process do you have them falling under, right? So a lot of us do not have prospecting stages set up, bringing people from A to Z, from start to finish. And so we drop the ball on where we need to follow up, where we need to nurture the relationship, where we need to do more communication, things of that nature. So, part two of this training is going to be prospecting our way to profits, part two, where we're going to dive in a little bit deeper and share with you some prospecting strategies and tips to help you really fill your funnel pipeline, filling your business pipeline with targeted prime real estate and targeted prospects for your business. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get started. I am going to just make sure I can see comments. Okay, yep, there we are. Welcome. Yep, I'm streaming on multiple different platforms. So hello, welcome. Drop me your name and the city where you are viewing this training from so I can be sure to shout you out by name. I'm going to switch my screen over where I'm going to share my slides. Now, it's not that many slides, but be sure to grab your pen and paper. Go ahead and take notes if you're watching this on the replay. Hello, my replay watchers. I do appreciate you always for taking the time out for to pay attention of what we have going on. So if you are watching on the replays, go ahead and pause this, grab your pen and paper, and be ready to take notes. If you are a frequent viewer or subscriber to my channel or to my group or to my other social media outlets, and you already know to have pen and paper ready because you know that some good gems are about to be dropped, right? So let me go ahead and switch my screen over. All right, there we go. And let me just make sure I have it on the right slide. There we go. All right, so like I said before, the title of this mini training, if you will, is going to be called Prospecting Your Way to Profits. All right. A lot of us really forget that the entire key to growing and sustaining our business is to constantly keep targeted, cold, and warm people of interest, prospects, people of interest into our business pipeline. Now, the conversion at which we turn them from a contact into a contract, or turn them from a friend to an actual business collaborative or something like that. There is no timeline, there is no rule of thumb, there is no cookie cutter way to say, okay, in 2 weeks this person is going to become a client, in 3 months this person is going to become a client. I'm just going to give you the tools so you have all the different resources and avenues that you are comfortable with, that you can work at an impactful pace to create these prospecting relationships into your business. Okay, if you have any questions, don't forget to feel free to drop them down below. I will be sure to be checking the comments periodically. So you can go ahead and do that. So I'm switching my screen over. You know I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So picking your prospecting method. So as with anything, there is more than one way to skin a cat, right? Same thing goes with prospecting. There is more than one way to prospect. Some people are more keen on one way versus another, depending on what industry you are in. Some people favor certain methods over others, depending on what business model you have. Some people are more prominent to certain methods over another. But I'm going to share with you some popular ways for most of us, if not all of us, especially impactors are in the service-based space, right? So they provide a service or they have a dynamic product that is impactful, that brings about change and progression into someone else's life or business. So for the most part, we have service-based businesses. And because we have service-based businesses, we do a lot of our marketing online. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you basically, for the most part, is with the exception of one that's in here. I'm going to be sharing with you, some different online prospecting methods. So the first one that we all know and love, right? That we all know and love is our email marketing, right? So email prospect marketing. What is that? So we all know what email marketing is, okay? So it's a cost-effective way for us to exploit our expertise, to share our value, and also to stay top of mind with our contacts, with our list subscribers, with our prospects, right? All of those three people are one and the same. They are our email subscribers, they are our contacts, and they're also our prospects. All right, so I could be using these words interchangeably. Okay, so it's a great way to stay top of mind with them. I won't dive in too much with email marketing in tonight's training, but stay tuned. I will be coming back here, I was going to say shortly. In a couple weeks, I try to do trainings every 2 weeks, and I'll be diving into the entire next training. It's going to be centered around email marketing from top to bottom, from beginner to advanced. Okay, so you want to make sure that you subscribe to my list so you can be sure to get notifications on the upcoming email marketing trainings. But getting back to the different prospecting methods. So we have email marketing. You want to make sure that you are using your email marketing system and software and your strategies to stay top of mind, to exploit your expertise, and also to establish and nurture relationships. This is how you turn them from prospects into clients, by sharing what you know, giving amazing value, and continuing to nurture an authentic and organic relationship. Okay, so that is the first one, email marketing. So go ahead and drop that in the comments down below. Write that on your paper. And I think I can type in here. I hope it went into the comments. Fingers crossed. Okay, next one. All right, so who's ready for the next one? Go ahead and drop a 1 down below if you are ready for the next prospecting method. The first one was email marketing. The next one is content marketing. The next one is content marketing. Now, these are words that you hear all of the time, but it's really important that we put some context around the words that we are hearing, and we can connect the dots with what we hear to what we do on a day-to-day, because this can really alter and change the framework and our daily business habits and our daily business activities, right? So content marketing is the art of communicating with our customers, with our prospects, without selling. Okay? Content marketing is the art of communicating, all right, with our customers, with our clients, and with our prospects without selling. It's actually a phenomenal method and strategy to use. I would implore everyone, right, you included, to include and encompass content marketing into your prospecting methods for sure. If you love to do emails, I mean, writing content in your emails is definitely one way, but especially social content marketing, oh my gosh, it's like nothing else. All right, so instead of pitching your products or services, you can deliver information that makes the potential buyer feel more intelligent. So imagine if you are creating content on your timelines, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube videos, and the like, and you are sharing valuable and helpful information that is informative, that's educational, that are reminders, that are help them to cut corners, save time, save money, right? This helps them feel smarter. Okay. So imagine you creating content that does that for them. So by you providing this value and this education, this educational information is gonna build a level of trust with your audience. Hands down, unequivocally. Okay. So make sure that you're adding content marketing as part of your prospecting method. Bonus tip: when you are sharing these types of informative and educational content posts throughout your platforms and people are commenting and they're liking, this is the perfect opportunity to develop or to begin and establish a relationship with that audience member. That is the perfect time to do that. So I always say within like a 24-hour window, just like with this live training, right? So if there's people on here and they are engaging and they're liking what I'm saying and they're asking questions, right, I'm going to definitely, reach out to them and see how I can assist them further because you're watching this for a reason, right? Right. All right. So next one, number 3, the third way, the third method in which you can prospect to fill your sales funnel pipeline, right, and keep the blood flowing in your business is by network prospecting. Okay. Is by network prospecting. Now, here's the thing. I used to network like crazy. Like when I first started off being an entrepreneur, I went to every networking event, free, paid. I mean, I had the business cards. I did the whole ninja thing and just kind of shooting my cards at everybody. I played hit or miss. Definitely picked up some tips and tricks along the way. I won't bore you with that on this training here, but I definitely would say networking is a process. Okay. The best way to become really, really good at networking is by identifying the reason why you're networking. Why are you going to that networking event? What is the goal that you are looking to accomplish while you are in attendance at that networking event? All right. I didn't have a clue. I just knew that this was an entrepreneur networking event and I need to be in the room. Once I got in the room, I didn't have a clue at how to work the room, what I was going to say, having my intro talk together, and all of these things, right? Oh my gosh. And then a follow up to the contacts I would retrieve doing the networking events. I totally bombed on that early on. I mean, I'm a beast at it now, but so I'm really, really good at it now. But back then I was, oh my gosh. So it is a process. It is a learning process. It's a learning curve. You definitely have to have a lot of confidence, right? Networking is not for the weak and it's not for the shy. All right. But not to say if you are an introvert to not network. That is not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is you are going to a networking event to be sociable. Okay. So even, introverts, like there are ways and tips and stuff like that to network even as an introvert. But you want to ask yourself questions like, is this networking event a place where I'm going to find new business? Am I going to this networking event because I want to develop or establish new contacts, or I want to meet people that can introduce me to people, right? Do I want to retain or build an existing relationship? So let's say you're going to a networking event because someone that you know is going, right? And so I'm going because they're going and they can introduce me to people within their network, right? You have to be strategic about it. Don't feel like you are trying to use people or anything like that. This is business. You have to put your CEO hat on and think like a business person, because a great CEO creates relationships first. They solve problems, they fill voids, and they create and they nurture relationships. So you have to put your CEO hat on and think like a CEO first. All right. You want to identify the people that you should be networking with. Just because there's a room full of like 100 people, you do not need to talk to all 100 people. Like it could be legit 12 12 out of the 100 that you just seem to vibe with, and that is totally okay. That's 12 more contacts that you didn't have. And guess what? Those 12 people know 12 people. Okay. So don't feel like that you have to work the room and speak to every single person while you are in there. I'm going to just check these comments really quickly and make sure that I'm not missing anyone. How are we doing out there in audience viewer land? Let me know what questions do you have as I'm going through the prospecting methods. I am on number 3 with network prospecting. All right. And then last but certainly not least, you want to ask yourself, do you know the names of the people that you need to develop a relationship with? So I co-facilitated an event this past weekend, and one of the ladies who was an attendee at the event, she came up to me. I had no idea who she was, and she goes, "Hi, Erica. My name is, so and so, and I'm just so excited to meet you." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, give me a hug. I'm so glad you made it." She's like, "Yep, I looked you up on Facebook. I looked you up on LinkedIn. I looked you up on Instagram." And so I know, as she started running down these things, like that was in my profile and different things that I have posted, she did her research. Why? Because she is a smart networker. She came in there with an intention. She was being very, very strategic. And of all the people at the event, I mean, I do remember a vast majority of them, but her for sure, she stood out, right? So when you go to networking events and you are being very strategic and you're being very intentional, you want to make sure that you are doing all of the things to make you stay top of mind and stand out to that particular individual. Okay, so do your homework, see who's going to be there. One thing I totally love about Facebook when you create an event is that it gives you an option to check the box, see the guest list or something, or see who's going or something like that. And if you have friends who are going, that's a common ground right there. So you have to definitely make sure that you take advantage of that. All right. Moving right along, the next prospecting method that is my all-time favorite is the referral prospecting method. The referral prospecting method. So, referral prospecting method. That's a tongue twister. So that just simply means that you're prospecting through people that you know. All right. I'm a people person. I'm a connector. I love being a person of resource and sharing other people's resources. So referral prospecting is like a breeze for me to do. All right. So you're prospecting through people that you know, and with your existing contacts, with clients, with and potential business partners, and even with friends and family too. So all you're doing is like connecting with people that you know and say, "Hey, who do you know who could truly benefit from this service that I have to offer?" Or who do you know that who's in business or who's looking to start a business and would mind beta testing my new service that I have coming up, or my new program that I have going on, or my new book that I'm getting ready to launch? Super, super easy, right? So I completely love doing that. And what you would do to make that happen is just to ask for the introduction. All right. If you need a script on how to do that, I have I created a 5 template script, different variations of how to ask for the introduction based on the relationship you have with that person. All right. And last but certainly not least, hello, hello, how are you doing? Go ahead and drop your name down below in the comments. I can be sure to shout you out by name. All right. So the last but certainly not least when it comes to the prospecting method is warm phone calls, right? Don't throw tomatoes at me. We have gotten away from this, and I don't know why for the life of me. I think because in the online world, when we create like our email list building form, we typically ask for the name and the email address. And so we really do not capture the phone number. So in turn, we don't have a way to call them. But you have a lot of people that's in your phone contacts. Like I have almost 2,000 people in my phone, and not all of these people are families and family members and friends, right? Some of these are people who are entrepreneurs, right? So some of us, we have to get in the habit of picking up the phone and making real phone calls, because this is the most effective way to establish relationships with people. I know people that I became friends with on Facebook or Instagram. For one reason or another, we swapped phone numbers. They're like literally in my phone, and I could pick up the phone and call them and say, who do you know for X, Y, and Z? Or I have a question about this, or can you help me out with that? Because of the rapport that I have with them. So warm calling remains to be the most effective way to set up your appointments with the right decision makers. All right. The key word is right decision makers. You want to make sure that you are not wasting your time. I am really big on not wasting my time. I'm really big on making sure I am talking to the right person, right? So the way that you would do that is, say, hey, yes, my name is Erica. I am with Impact to Increase LLC or Impact to Increase Consultant agency, and I'm looking to speak to the person who made decisions on X, Y, and Z. Or you can say something like, I want to I want to talk to the person who's in charge of X, Y, and Z. Or are you the person who make decisions on X, Y, and Z? It is literally just that simple. All right. So if you want to get your prospects' attention, you need to have something compelling to say to them. So when you get them on the phone, make sure that you have something. Now they're prospects, so you don't really know that much about them. So do a little bit of research, like however you got their contact information. Let's say you got it from a networking event. The icebreaker would be to ask them, what you love most about the event, right? Like, what could you have done without? Who are you looking forward to following up with? Like, these are icebreakers. Find things of interest, find a commonality to break the ground and start the conversation with. All right. So that is my methods for prospecting. Last but certainly not least, and if you have any questions, I'm going to just quickly recap. First one is email marketing. Second one is content marketing. Third is network prospecting. And then the fourth is referral prospecting. And fifth is warm calling. And warm calling is calling people who are those warm leads who either fit the target avatar of what you have to offer, or they have expressed interest and they want to know more. So that would be like a warm lead or a warm call. Let me know if that makes sense. Drop a comment down below in the box and let me know that. All right, moving on to last but certainly not least, I want to make sure this is the right slide. Awesome. I'm so glad that you think that this is great info, because we need prospects to keep our business going. Hello, somebody. All right, 3 ways to get more meetings with prospects. 3 ways to get more meetings with prospects. All right. These are tried and true. I have done all of these and have nothing but success with them. All right. So the first thing that I will say about the 3 ways I'm getting ready to share with you, you're gonna have to be confident in yourself. That's number 1. You're gonna have to be confident in yourself with the 3 I'm getting ready to share with you. The second thing is you're going to have to be secure and believe in what you have to offer. So if you offer services, you're going to have to believe that your services work, your services solve problems, your services can help people. Like, you have to be the first person that you convince, okay? Because if you do not convince yourself, it's going to come across that way in conversation, and you're going to look crazy out here in these streets, okay? And don't say Erica's my coach if you're out here looking crazy. All right. So first way to get more meetings with prospects is volunteer to speak. I know, clutch your pearls, gasp, drink some water, take a deep breath. That's the first one I just said. Volunteer to speak. And here's why. Again, I'm not telling you anything that I have not done myself, and it has gave me great success, right? A great ROI on this. All right. Volunteer to speak. Public speaking is a great way to get in front of anywhere from 15 to 200 ideal clients at one time. Public speaking is the ideal way. It's a great way to get in front of anywhere between 15 to 200 ideal clients, prospects, all at the same time. Outside of doing lives, where you can reach, a vast majority of people, either on the live or the replay, Even more so if you're buying ad space and you're buying, but I call it buying eyes, right? You're paying, you're buying people's attention to look at your live. It doesn't matter if you get it online or if you get it offline at a public speaking engagement. You have an opportunity to get in front of a vast number of people all at the same time, right? So put that fear of speaking to the side and let's get to this money, okay? Because it's like you don't have to do the one-on-one, the one-on-one, the one-on-one. You can knock out a number of people in the room. All right. So when you speak, you want to focus on sharing trends and you want to share challenges that you've observed in your industry. Okay. I'm going to say that again. So when you speak, when you volunteer to speak, you want to share trends and you want to share challenges that you've observed in your industry. Why? Because talking about things that are trendy, people love to bring guest speakers onto their platform to talk about the things of the now. No one wants you to come up and talk about something from the Flintstone dinosaur age. Okay. So talking about things that are trendy in your industry will definitely I won't say definitely land you, but you will have greater odds at landing a speaking gig or volunteering to speak at someone's event if you are sharing trends in your industry of the times. All right. And then the second one is sharing challenges that you've observed in your industry, right? So challenges are things that people are doing wrong, things that people are making a mistake in doing, right? So another thing that people love to have their guests to come on and talk about is how can we shorten the learning curve? How can we how can we shortcut our way to success, right? Like we all know that we can't take the elevator, we have to take the stairs, but the number of stairs that I take versus the number of stairs that you take can be a lot shorter for you if I told you what to do to bypass some stairs, right? So with that analogy, think of issues, challenges, mistakes, do's and don'ts that is imperative that people should know in your industry that you want to share on someone else's platform. You pitch them that idea. So let's say they have like, that there are certain conferences that happen every year in your area, in your industry, across the country, right? So that some are going to be coming up. You look up that host or the person who's going to be hosting, facilitating that at that time and reach out to them and say, hey, and pitch them 3 different ideas, right? And volunteer. So, when you are not a famous speaker or known for speaking, you're trying to get yourself out there, you want to have, 2 to 3 different topic or subject points that you can present that will be valuable for that conference or for that person's event. All right. So when you have about 15 to 20 new leads or new prospects that you're speaking in front of, you automatically by default become an expert. Like by default. Oh my God. She knows what she's talking about. And then if you can work the room and work the crowd and be engaging as well, you killed it. Right. So you want to make sure that you bring a lot of value, but definitely, you want to consider volunteering to speak. So just one speaking engagement can, give you a ton of great leads and great prospects to bring back to follow up with and bring back into your business at some point. But at least you have the contact, right? All right. Second one is ask for the introduction. So I talked about this in picking your prospecting method. So this is going back to that referral prospecting strategy, right? It's asking people that you know for an introduction. This is so, it's just smart. I can't even think of another word to say. It's just smart. It just makes sense, right? You're leveraging the relationships that you already have established. Okay, so let me just break this down for you for a second. So you're working smarter and not harder because you're leveraging relationships with people that you already know, and they already know you. They already know your personality, your work ethic, what you're all about, what your business is all about. So, I mean, you don't really have to do anything but just show up and nail the deal, nail the sale, right? So you're working smarter, not harder. The introductions are an opportunity for you to let someone else do all of the heavy work, right? So they're the ones that's going, all right, who can I think of? Who do I know that I can reach out to and make the introduction? Who do I know? Like you don't have to do anything, just but show up after the introduction has been made. Okay. So again, ask your friends, ask your family members, ask your coworkers, ask your current clients, ask your past clients, ask your colleagues. Who do you know? It's not going to cost them a dime. And the crazy thing is, they're going to refer people that naturally and generally would be a good, not really, who would ideally be a good fit for you, your business, and your personality, right? So if you are a super type A like myself, all right, and a super extrovert like myself, my friends are not going to recommend someone who's really shy and really, really scared to speak. They're gonna say, girl, she's gonna eat you alive. You can't not like open your mouth. So like they're already kind of like pre-qualifying, if you will, right? So they're like pre-qualifying prospects in their data bank in their level of contacts for you, right? Word of mouth are the best referrals. I received 3 referrals this week. Boom, right? That's exactly these hand things are keep sliding down. But that's exactly my point. Word of mouth is going to always and will continue to be the number one marketing strategy ever in life, hands down. Right. So the simple habit with leads is what I try to do. Well, what I did when I first, after I came out of my shell, I built up my confidence. I sold myself that like I am the bomb at teaching sales techniques. Like after I convinced myself of that, I what I did was I reached out to 5 people that I knew every single day. I didn't care how I knew them and what capacity I knew them in, but I will reach out to 5 people every day to build an expanded network. And so it was my job once I received that contact information was to work the contact, right? It's no longer your friend or family member's job who made the initial introduction to see it all the way through. They're just making a connection, and then they're, as a matter of fact, so in Facebook, so here's like a bonus plug, right? So in Facebook Messenger, years ago, I'm gonna say, oh my gosh, maybe 2016, 2017. I was really on the ball with like Facebook inbox or Facebook Messenger, right? This is before it had exploded with like the chat bots and all of that stuff, right? And so I was sliding into people's inbox all of the time. I think the majority of my business building in like 2017 was in people's inbox. I would establish rapport, relationship. I mean, sometimes it could take weeks, it could take months of just, back and forth inboxing and creating those relationships and getting them on my email list or getting them on the phone and things of that nature. But I did that for like a year and a half straight. So from like 2017 to 2018 or 2016 to 2017, I forget. But being consistent with doing that every single day is just one avenue, one way in which I constantly kept my pipeline filled with business, right? So what I will share with you is develop a habit. Okay, develop a habit of writing down. It could be a sheet of paper. You can create you like going to Excel. You can get a planner. However you want to do it, that is going to um, increase your consistency, right? But write down 5 people today that you want to reach out to give you an introduction tomorrow, right? So that's going to be your challenge for the night, right? Homework. So I want you to write down 5 people that you know who can introduce you to 1 to 2 people that they know who could use help in some way in whatever it is that you have to offer. I challenge you to do that tonight and then try to get repetitive and do this for yourself every single day. Or if you only work 3 days, then those 3 days. If you work all 5, then all 5 days, right? So if you do this for a week, so if you, what I would do, I would take 15 minutes and I would just reach out to like those 5 people, right? So 5 people a day times 5, that's 25 people in a week, right? 25 times 4 for the month, that is 100, right? So just keep imagining, and then so 100 times 12, that's 1,200 people I reached out for the entire year, building, establishing and building a relationship with. Do you have the mentality, and do you have the work ethic, and do you have the discipline to do that for your business, right? Asking for those introductions, okay? Trust me, it works. Last but certainly not least, doing good on time. Last but certainly not least, and this is the third way in which you can get more meetings with your prospects. Get more meetings with your prospects. Ready for this one? I know this also to be fact and not fiction. Host your own events. Host your own events. Okay. If they want to invite you, I think Tyler Perry said, if they want to invite you to the table, build your own table, right? If you're not getting invited, if you're not getting invited to events, or you're scared to ask, to be a part of a panel or something like that. I mean, I wasn't scared. I just wanted to create my own just to see if I could do it. Then just create your own event, right? And so you can start off by doing workshops. You can do master classes. You can do meetups. You can do a group case study, however you want to do it. You can do in-person group coaching. You can do, a small conference, and if you keep being consistent with that, then you can turn it into a larger conference. And imagine you being the person twice a year or once a year, well, twice a year until it starts to gain some momentum and then becomes this annual thing. And like you're the person that's hosting this annual, this unique business women or business, whatever it is, conference that people would love to go to, right? Host your own event. So I personally found this to be a powerful strategy for myself. Again, it's a way to get your prospects all in the room at the same time. It's a great way for you to showcase your expertise. It's a great way for you to get referrals all in one event. It's genius. It's absolutely genius. And then if you want to monetize the event, so let's say it's like a teaching event or a training, then you can hire a videographer to come and record the training piece of it. So not the entire event, but maybe just like when you do like your keynote speaking part, record it, and then you just package it up and sell the recording. And now you can monetize off of that event again as passive income. But that's a different live for a different day on additional streams of income. But what you would do is you'll find a space, you will rent out a space, right, in your local city that feels exclusive, and then make sure people feel special. If you can't find one, network and ask people, who do you know? Right now, we are in a day and age where more and more of our people are looking into real estate, are looking into commercial real estate, and they are looking into um, um, buying like and building co-working spaces, right? So ask around. Some cities are creating co-working spaces. I know I went to FedEx last week. I had to get some worksheets printed out for my event this past weekend, and I saw like these little like cubicles almost off the side. And as I was waiting for my documents to print, I'm like, what is this space over here? And they was like, oh, you can come over here and you can work, in these little like these co-working spaces. I was like, and I saw like these little machines on the disc. I'm like, you just put your credit card in there, and it's like, yeah, it's for however long, like however much time you want. I was like, so if FedEx Kinko's can see the future vision of people needing more space for small business owners, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs to work and excluded space, there's somebody that who has a co-working space or know somebody who is looking to rent some out, right? So next you want to prepare to offer something of value to the attendees, right? You want to you want to make sure that you are showing up and you are giving something that they need, they can take with them, that is going to answer what they need to do next. Okay. You want to share insight based on your own unique perspective, experiences, and lessons. And you want to invite other speakers to come. So, don't hog up the stage all for yourself. You can have someone to kind of tag team it with you, or they can come in if you all have I was gonna say a cross-pollinated. If you all share the same audience, but they're sharing it from a different viewpoint because they are different, they are an expert in their own right, then you all can tag team an event that way. Definitely host your own event and doing it that way. And then finally, you can invite your top clients to come, right? So if you already have clients locally in your area, invite them to come, give them something off on it and say, hey, I'll give you half off, or I'll give you 15% off on a ticket if you bring somebody with you, right? Prospecting. Okay. So now what they're going to do, they're going to find someone who wants to come that is business minded, right? It just makes sense. Okay. So, ask everyone in your network for introductions to people who may be interested. Like, this is a great, great way for you to build your prospecting and your contact list and to present yourself as the expert. All right. So I wanted to make sure I left a little bit of time for Q&A. All right, awesome. So let me open it up right now. I have a few minutes for Q&A, but I want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your day, evening, or night for watching this training on how to prospect your way to profits. I will have scripts. So what the biggest challenge that we have, right, is we know what needs to be done, but it's still some of those intricate pieces that we don't know how to do. We don't know where to start. And so a lot of that is, what do I say? What do I say if I get into someone's inbox? What do I say, in my emails? What do I like? What are some good networking scripts that I can kind of practice in the mirror, and make the message my own, so I can be better prepared for these networking events? So what I've done is I've created these packets, right? So I've created these packets of prospecting scripts, these templates and scripts for you all, and they're only $25. And so you get 5 different templates and scripts per packet. But what happens is I'm going to customize the packet to your particular business and to your particular offer, because I feel like that, everything isn't for everybody, right? So what will happen is you and I will get on a call and I will better understand the prospecting method that is more comfortable for you to beast out with, right? So whether it's email or whether it's referrals, like, what do I say to my referral and stuff like that? So, I will create all of that for you, and I will put it together in a package, and it could be, a rinse and repeat type of template where you can definitely take the words and you can edit, you can, make them your own and put them in your own voice. But I like to give people like a stepping stone, or like a starting block, if you will, with the conversation, because too many of us are like, this sounds great, but what do I say? So if you're one of those people who just need to have like a conversation starter pack, if you will, go ahead and drop me a comment down below, and I will send you a link to get on my calendar so we can go over what your goal is. And again, each packet is only $25. So if your business is worth $25, leave me a comment down below, or you can inbox me like, well, I don't want everyone to know that I need help with this. That's totally fine. You can just inbox me privately, and I will send you a link to my calendar, and we can sit down and go over your business needs, and then I will create your templates for you and send them to you in secured online cloud. All right. So what questions do you all have? I have about 5 minutes. You can go ahead and drop your comments down below. I'm super, super excited. You have to do prospecting. It is definitely a part of your business. I plan on hosting my first event of the year next month. That is so awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, I just got an inbox come through already. All right. Awesome. I got your inbox. I will send you the link after I shut everything down. Y'all were like not playing. Hey there, YouTube family. Hey there, Facebook family. Hey there, Instagram family. All right. I'm interested. Message me, please. You got it. I definitely will. All right. So there are no other questions about prospecting. So let's just do a quick recap. All right. So let's just do a. Uh-oh. Which one was it? All right, there we go. All right, so let's just do a quick recap of the prospecting method. Of the five, drop me a comment down below and let me know which method you feel more comfortable with doing for your business. Of the five, you ready? So we had, for the prospecting methods, we had email marketing, right? So drop email marketing down below in the comments if that is going to be your primary method for prospecting. So what that would actually entail, you would need to find an email marketing system, become familiar with how to use that system, right? Create a online form, okay? And you would need to place that online form in different places on your website and in your social media profile, things of that nature, okay? You will need to know what emails to send them, all right? So whether you're trying to sell them or what emails to send them, if you just want to nurture the relationship or, have like a welcome email series, I have email templates for that as well. Right. So let's say you want email marketing to be your prospecting method. Drop the word email marketing down below. The next one was content marketing. So, you are really comfortable with posting on social media, posting on your Instagram timeline, shooting and recording YouTube videos, going live on the various platforms. You're very, very comfortable with content marketing if that is you. And that's the prospecting method that you're going to be using with doing a value exchange of amazing educational and informative content in exchange for people's contact information and bring them into your business. Go ahead and drop the words content marketing down below. The third one was network marketing. So, listen, you are a social butterfly, right? There's no shame. You're a game cat, doesn't have your tongue. You have no issues with speaking and introducing yourself. So you feel as though network marketing is going to be, or network prospecting is going to be the best method for you, the most comfortable method for you to build your business pipeline. Go ahead and drop network marketing or network prospecting, down below. And then the fourth one was the referral prospecting. All right. So a whole bunch of people who know a whole bunch of people. Right. And so like you don't have any issue with like writing down five people and reaching out to five people and say, who do you know that would be interested in this? Who do you know would this can change their life? Like, let me know. Like, can you make this introduction? If referral prospecting is your most comfortable way, drop the word referral prospecting down below. And then the fifth one was warm calling. Like you have no issues picking up the phone and say, hey girl, hey, I'm just checking in to see how everything is going, how the kids, how's the husband, how's the church, whatever. You can rock it out on the phone with confidence. If that's you, then drop the words warm call down below. So let me know what is your biggest takeaway from the training and what is the prospecting method that you're most comfortable with doing. Content, I like content too. I like them all though. I don't know. Um, I don't know. I can beast out with all of them. I'm just I think the ones that give me the greatest success faster for me, email marketing is great because it's more of like a stationary place where people can always have somewhere to go, to reflect back, right? So email marketing is not as immediate as it used to be. It's not as action taking as it used to be a couple of years ago. Like a couple of years ago, people used to like be on it all the time. Now it's just this content hub and like a place that we can kind of go fish through the information. So email marketing would really be first for me. I would probably say content marketing, networking, and referrals or phones. Yeah, the last four. Content though, because content number one, networking two. I don't know. I like them all. Okay, content, email marketing. Yes, love it. All right, you guys. So I don't see any questions coming in. I'm going to be respectful of your time. Oh, wait. I have been invited to speak on a week-long relationship and dating event. A week long. That's awesome. I will be speaking 2 days on two different topics. Boom. So you should be getting a lot of prospects out of that. Networking is second for me. Yeah, I don't have an issue with talking to people. If you all have ever met me in real life, or we've been social friends for an extended period of time, I don't really have an issue with networking or introduction and stuff like that. All right, I don't see any questions coming in. I'm going to be respectful of your time. Thank you so much. This is awesome. Thank you. I'm so glad that you really enjoyed it. Oh, you said that's awesome, Dr. Troy. That is awesome for her, for sure. All right, so you all have an amazing day, evening, or night, depending on what time you're watching this. Remember, it's your girl, Erica Hood Vincent, your income stream strategist and sales funnel consultant. If you want to receive your customized prospecting templates and scripts, just DM me, inbox me, so I can send you a link to my calendar. And the reason why I'm saying I want you to DM me is because I want to know that you are serious. I don't want to just put the link out there and then a bunch of people just waste my time getting on my calendar. I've done that before and I just got burned and wasted too many calendar blocks on my time. I used to be big on networking, but I have to get back into it. Yeah, I was the same way. I mean, like 2, 3 times a week, I was going to networking events. Thank you for the tips. You're so welcome. This was great. So glad you loved it. All right, you guys, until next time, be a blessing to others and you too will be blessed. Go make your impact. Take care.